It's Fulfo Dugg, and I just jumped out the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
Just Dougie, don't worry about my government. Yeah. Ran that check up and went got my brotherly. On that boy on some other shit. What we betting on for sure we can do.
Alright, today we got 44 Dougie jumping off the porch with us today.
Yeah, what's up? It's Dougie.
How you feeling today, gang?
I'm good, man. Can't complain.
For sure, man. You looking like it out here in Atlanta, man.
You gotta look like it, man.
I see.
Hard work.
I see. It's a pleasure to have you on the porch with us today.
Appreciate you.
So what you running around the city working on, man?
Right now, I just finished 2 tapes this year. I think I'm gonna do a 3rd one where I bring Reggie back, because previously, on some alter ego type deal, I killed Reggie. They know me as Reggie and Dougie, but I ended up killing him because he's more of a nice guy. So I think I'm gonna bring him back probably around November and give you guys like melodies and stuff like that instead of just straight going in and rapping.
For sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you about that because that kind of, you know what I'm saying, had us like a little scoop, like, dang, did bro really died?
Yeah, a lot of people thought I died. They was calling out of work, crying and all that, but you gotta pay attention because I had put up the video where I actually had killed him, but it went over a lot of people's head. They probably thought it was like an in-studio performance and they ain't watch it all the way through, so you gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what type of controversy would you say that caused, like, not around your city, but like when your loved ones? I know you got some calls from your mom, dudes like, hey,
yeah,
what's going on? Like,
I think my mama already knew what was going on. It probably more like my friends who ain't talked to me in a minute. They was telling me it was a bad like promo move, that they thought it really happened because I'm really quiet, and then that just came up. But I posted on my page. It was posted a certain way, so if they was paying attention, and they probably would have knew what was going on.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
But we here now.
Come on, man. I ain't going nowhere.
Come on, man. We ain't going nowhere. So how would you describe life in Mississippi for those who wouldn't know? And what part of the SIP you from?
Yeah, I'm from Shelby, Mississippi. Life out there, it was regular. I always had my mom and dad. You know, my dad made sure I had everything I wanted. My mom was a school teacher, so she made sure I did my work. I guess I was kind of popular. Everybody came to my crib. I had trampoline, basketball goals, and stuff like that. So it was real cool. I ain't really had no issues.
That was going on. So how would you describe your childhood for real?
A lot of love. My aunties and uncles always had me. They always took me everywhere that they went, so I just went with them. And really, it was just cool. Childhood, it wasn't really bad. I had everything I wanted, really.
That was real. So when would you say you jumped off the porch?
I jumped out of the porch probably like 18. Yeah, in high school, I was playing football and everything was smooth, but then when you get older, everything get a little rough. So mama had to work a whole bunch, and then my dad, he was finding work here and there. So I'm like, damn, I started realizing then I like materialistic stuff. I was into clothes. In high school, I wore best dress, so I always used to dress real nice. But then it just wasn't coming fast enough. And then me moving from Mississippi to the city, you're gonna see a lot of stuff that you want. And people your age gonna have it too, so you're gonna figure out how to either get around them or try to get it too. So I probably jumped out the porch right after high school. My mama done moved back to Mississippi, and she gave me 2 months to get my stuff together down here. If I ain't have it together, I had to move back. So I ended up getting a job at McDonald's, started getting money for myself and just saving up, buying little Louis belts, Bape shirts here and there.
That was going on.
Yeah.
So you live in Atlanta now?
Yeah, I stay in Atlanta.
Hey, so how would you describe the transition from the SIP to the Atlanta?
It's fast. It'll swallow you if you don't have a strong mind, cause it's so fast and things coming so fast that you're like, damn. In Mississippi, it's slow. Not really nothing to do every day. You know what I'm saying? You go to work, come back home, you cook. And then in Mississippi, you got your family there. When you out here, it's really nobody with you, so you gotta do everything by yourself. Get money, pay bills, feed yourself. So it wasn't really too easy, but I always knew what I wanted. So once I got here, it was like a piece of cake to me, because I was in Cartersville for a minute. So when I moved from Shelby, I went to Cartersville for football. My parents done moved me out there. So I was always driving to Atlanta probably like every weekend. Well, then when I moved to Augusta, I was doing cable. I was probably come out here every 2 weeks just to stay updated on the clothes. I go to Lenox. Me and Kiddo, we'll go to Lenox every weekend, make sure to stay up to date on the clothes. I like feeling the fabric. Like if it's anything like that, I'd do it, because Augusta was slow too. It was an army town, so I just made sure I always stayed in Atlanta, so I always stayed hip on what was going on.
For sure.
Yeah.
My boy said some real shit. You like feeling the quality of that fabric.
Yeah, I'm into that.
That's real. So what's some of the brands that you say you'll put on?
Right now, I'm experimenting because I really don't like doing designer too much. Like, it fit me. Amir would be probably one of my favorite brands because I'm kind of slim, so the pants just hug me real good. I've been rocking Rick Owens lately.
I fuck with Rick.
Gallery department and all that, but I'm trying to change it up. Even with my jewelry, like, I don't really want the regular jewelry. I want to go pink stones or change my pinky ring pink. Just give it that throwback look on some Pharrell look or something like that, just something different. So right now I'm just really cool and then seeing what I can come up with.
So seeing where you at now in life, what would you say is the biggest life lesson you learned so far?
You gotta be selfish. You gotta put yourself first because people drain you. And then you'll do everything for them and forget about yourself. You can't give somebody 90% and give yourself 10%. So I think when I start putting myself first, that's when I start seeing a change.
No, that's some real wise words you just said right there.
Yeah.
So when would you say you started to focus and lock in on the music?
Probably 2020. Because you can do it, but you can't get nowhere. You know, like right now I'm even working on promo. It takes me probably 15 minutes to make a song. So I'm working on promo, but I locked in 2020 when I was able to get the capital. Because I can just make songs or it wasn't going nowhere or I wasn't putting it in the right places. And even now, me trying to do everything by myself, I'm trying to learn on where to put my money and mistakes, you know, try to minimize those because a lot of people gonna be in your inbox just because of how you look and they just want money from you saying they can do this and that for you, but the whole time you really just get messed over. So I'm just being more cautious and trying to find genuine people and just keep putting out music. I ain't really putting it out as much as I want to now just because of life, but finding genuine people that see a diamond in the rough and be like, that boy got something, and I'm gonna help him out the best way I can instead of always looking for what I can get from him.
That's real. So why do you feel they compare you to 42 Dugg?
The name and our voices. My voice real light, but probably our name. He 42 Dugg and I'm Fulfo Dougie.
Yeah.
My last name Douglas, so that was already a given. And then when I was in Augusta, I wrote Dave. He was starting a record label and they was already Fulfo. So I wrote him like, yo, I'm a real nigga. If you don't fuck with the music, just fuck with me because I like your style. He been putting it on, been looking like it. So that's the people I wanted to surround myself with. So he ended up calling me the next day. I forgot what song I sent him. He was like, I'm fucking with it, pull up. We met at the Gucci store. I'm like, he already talking my type of language.
Yeah.
So that's how the Fulfo name came about. But I guess because of the names, but they totally different. You got a lot of names that sound the same, but you know, one Fulfo Dougie, one 42 Dugg.
That's real.
Yeah.
So what does it mean to be Fulfo?
My meaning different. I can't really speak for everybody else, but when I worked for Comcast, I used to be real depressed, like super depressed, because I just wasn't how I wanted to be. I wasn't looking right. I wore the same shoes for a year, or some flip-flop or some Forces, and you know, just staying up all night looking at clothes. Or I used to want a Hellcat real bad. I got one now, but just looking at that, I'm like, damn, how could I get it? And I wasn't really making much with work, so I did these houses one day. Actually, I gave up. I used to really be against God, but every house I was going to, if I ain't have no money or enough money, because I eat McDonald's every day to get something to eat, it was like, I go to that house and they be like, yo, Reg, you ate today? Let's go to Golden Corral. I'm like, damn, I'm on break, I'll go. Or I go to one house and they'll just start praying for me. They'll call me every day, make sure I read the Bible they gave me. So one day I went to these townhouses and they all started with Fulfo. And then when I started looking into that number, I was like, damn, I might as well just keep it. It just gave me something to look forward to. And then I can say anytime I'm like stressed or worried, I see that number, I don't worry no more. So that's the reason I kept it. And just like some personal stuff started going on as far as my birthday on the 4th of February. So if the whole time I was worried about money, if you hit the shift sign on the keyboard, that's the money sign. So just a lot of stuff that number had me looking forward to when I had gave up.
That's real. I like that. I fuck with that a lot. So what do you feel like brings the best out of you and your music?
Going through what I go through or what I've been through. If I go through something right now, I want to go to the studio because I freestyle. So if them 30 minutes pass, then I don't really want to rap no more. Not saying I don't, but I know the energy and the vibe I'm trying to give off will be better when I'm in that mindset, whether I'm having a problem with, you know, a girl or my homeboys or life or just being frustrated, like I ain't where I supposed to be at, then I want to go to the studio. So that's why a lot of times I don't make hook. I just go all the way through and rap, get it off my chest, and that's it.
That's real. That's too real. What inspires you musically, and who would you say are some of your musical influences?
Who or what inspired my music?
Both.
Who inspired my music? I got a lot of them. Rod Wave would be one. I like backstories. I don't really care about the music because it's art at the end of the day. So if someone got a certain type of music and I may not understand it, I go back and check their background, see what they've been through to understand what they're talking about. Because there's always a reason somebody's doing something. Now, if you just straight up trash, then I also understand music because I've been doing it since I was like probably 7. I was in the band before football. But I would say Rod Wave, and then I would say Young Thug. He made me realize you can be yourself. Dress how you want to dress, do what you want to do, they're going to talk anyway. Lil Wayne, because I love his artistry, the way he came up with words, and he had me freestyling real young. And then I say the last, most recent one was probably Rod Wave. I mean, not Rod Wave, I'm sorry, I already said that one. Rio, the Young OG.
Free Rio, man.
Yeah, free Rio. I just really like Rio work ethic and where he come from and hearing his story and Peasy being a real nigga, taking him out of his situation. Like, that's what you need sometime, and when you get that spark, it's go time. So I fuck Rio for that. And when I used to be depressed, Rio made me be like, fuck bitches, get money, you know what I'm saying? That was just something to put my mind on and not listen to the words based on how I was feeling. So Rio really just put me in that mindset of just work.
That's real. Like, throughout this interview, I'm starting to realize that, you know, you're a real creative person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how would you say you apply that creativity to your music?
A lot of times I do it through videos. Even right now, like my cameraman Zay, we be working on how to try to take what I'm going through in real life and on the songs and put it in the video. But it's all coming together because we both going up as we go. You know, as I get better, he get better, and we learning each other. But we like Batman and Robin right now. I do all my videos with him, but I try to make the videos come out to what I'm saying, you know. So that's pretty much how I do it. But the words, it's probably like 97, 98% real. So I just try to match the videos to get y'all a story or the background, who I am, so I don't really have to do too much talking, or you can understand what I'm saying.
That's real. So let's talk it back to the project that you recently put out.
Yeah.
Letter to Reggie.
Yeah.
We already knew the inspiration, but let's talk about the body of work that you created.
Yeah, that Letter to Reggie, so I called Zay, I was like, I'm doing the whole Reggie versus Dougie thing, but I want to go ahead and kill him. He like, we can do that. I was like, yeah, but what song should I do to, you know, kill him off? And I had a song called R.I.P., meaning Reggie in peace. I was like, oh, I should, you know, do a whole new song like disrespecting him, like, you a fuck nigga, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be you no more. I called my engineer Yin over, and I just heard the beat, so I ended up making a letter to Reggie saying, this is why I had to do what I had to do, and everything that we went through was your fault, and we ain't going through that no more. So the song kind of came out like that, and I was pleased with it, because it wasn't nothing that wasn't me. You know, telling somebody about themselves and being straight up and 100 black and white, that's me. So that's kind of how I did it. The first half was saying what you did was wrong and how I got us now.
That's real. So what would you say it is that you want listeners to take from your music?
When you listen to my music, I want you to take, number one, don't give up. I call my music revenge music. You know, I don't really talk about too much shooting, killing. Gonna get you some money, and you're gonna pretty much just shit on anybody who doubted you. So that's probably my number one message. My music got a lot of energy, so at the same time I can talk about real stuff that you can probably relate to. At the same time, you won't get too much emotional and get a feeling like it's time to go. So
that's real. Would you say it's hard to make it out of Mississippi?
Yeah, where I'm from. You know, right now a lot of people shining light on it, like Big Walk Dog, and I got another homeboy, Jug Master. I think he signed with Boosie, but we so close to Memphis that it's getting a little bit easier, but before then it was hard. Ain't nothing out there. We gotta drive probably 35 minutes just to get a decent job. You want a better job than that, you gotta go up to Memphis or to Tunica to the casino, so it ain't nobody really open the doors yet, you know, type deal. So I would say it's hard. I had to move just for football.
So what's some advice you would give to those who's struggling to make it out?
Number one, genuine people. You know, you're gonna kill yourself trying to do everything yourself. If you got a team and everybody know their position, then that's what you wanna go for. It ain't really nobody that's gonna feel like they need your spot or you ain't doing enough for them. If everybody know the main goal, then that's number one. Number two, you gotta have a certain type of mindset. My mindset crazy. You know, ain't nothing gonna stop me. I don't care what it is. I done had some stuff happen to me 3 days before a video. I still made sure I shot that video. I could not probably been here today, but I made sure I got here, you know, so mindset, genuine people, and put forth effort.
That's real. Let's talk about Dougie Goated.
Yeah.
That dropped back in May.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration for that project?
I'm goated right now. Like, everything I went through and what I accomplished now, I gotta be goated, because people don't really know too much about the personal side of it, but it was rough. I ain't had to go to jail or be out here in the streets doing crazy shit, but on some real life shit, it was rough.
Yeah.
So if you know, you know, and for me to walk down all 3 of my dream cars, I got a cat track and a demon. You know, I used to, goddamn, had to borrow bruh jewelry. I already got my own jewelry. It's a lot. For me earlier saying, I wore the same clothes for a year, because I work for Comcast, so I got out that uniform, throwing some jogging pants, my forces, or, like I said, some probably hand-me-downs. And for me to have a closet full of clothes I don't even wear now, I gotta be goated.
Nah, that's some real shit.
Yeah.
That's some real inspirational shit. So what would you say was the switch that changed after Comcast?
Switch that change. Probably being tired. I told myself I would put myself first. I don't care who you was, my kid, my mama, I don't care who you was, I had to say no. But at the same time, me going back to believing in something greater, which was that Fulfo, having faith, and then always talking to God and not getting so upset all the time and thinking that was my last shot. You know, seeing I can be at the McDonald's drive-thru and I'd be sitting there dozed off, not dozed off, but dazed, thinking about some shit like total 744. I don't even worry about nothing no more. So I probably just, it was on the way. God was just waiting on me to like change my act. You know, a lot of people had to get out of my way for me to be like this. So that's all it was, just perfect timing.
No, that's real. So besides music, what's some of the goals you got set for yourself?
Goals, I got a couple. You know, I kind of like juggle back and forth with them, but I kind of think I'm smart. I know my boy Dave's super smart, so what I don't know, he know, but just being established, not faking the funk, having it together. You know, a lot of people, they rapping about stuff they ain't got, or it ain't the real deal, whether it's their jury or themselves, or a lot of people talk about cars or whatever that they ain't got. I just want to make sure I'm the real deal, not faking the funk, not stressing. So, you know, we talk all the time about getting into real estate. Me and Hefe talk about trucking. You know, we really can do whatever we want to do, but I told myself I'm going to put my all into this music, and if it fails, my ego ain't hurt. Me selling a watch to go buy a truck, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm going to be straight. So right now, just making sure I put my all into the music, because I promised myself that. So, yeah, I don't really got too many goals. I got one goal because I already knocked down a good bunch of my goals. So, you know, just making sure I'm established and my kids ain't got to do what I had to do.
No, that's some real shit. So what would you say is the goal for the overall label that you, or the brand that you laying out?
I don't really have no goal. Making sure everybody eat. Everybody's successful in their own way. You know, it's kind of hard when you're looking a certain way to your peers. Sometimes they're going to jump off the ship or they're going to feel some type way. So my goal is, my job is to make sure nobody feel that way. Make sure I always stay in contact with them. I be distant a lot. Like, it's hard to get me to go out. They was mad at me last night because I ain't go out, but I got to wake up. I got to prepare for the interview. I get a haircut. I got a lot going on. So just making sure everybody happy, man. I pretty much got whatever I want. So, like I said, if I did sign or something like that, a good majority going to kiddo get a Hellcat, this guy get a watch, I get 4 chains made, because that bring me peace. Nobody calling me, nobody worrying me, or my heart's so big where I ain't got to worry about if they feel a certain way or they got what they need, you know. So right now, just making sure I keep going, get them something to believe in, and hopefully it'll work out.
That's real. So what are some of the key points you would say that makes the difference between the boss and the leader?
Key points in the boss and the leader. I would say the key points, or I like the word as a difference. The boss kind of boss you around. He don't really do too much work. He do a lot of overseeing. He probably could have already put in the work, but one thing a leader gonna do, he gonna be around. He gonna make sure he teach. He gonna be hands on. He wouldn't have you do nothing he wouldn't do. He wouldn't set you up for failure. He wouldn't have you do something to make his company or whatever he got going on bigger that he wouldn't do. I feel like a boss just want to see whatever they got going on grow, as opposed to a leader. They want to see everybody win and lead the pack.
No, that's real. So how do you pour leadership skills back into your team?
Being myself, you know, I really stand up. You know, with me, if it's an issue, like if one of us got an issue, I bring everybody together and talk about it. I think that's good leadership. So that way you ain't got nobody feeling a certain way or they stay in the office, like go ahead and nip it in the bud right there. I don't really hear them talking about it too much, but they know if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. I'm a real go-getter. I like that about myself. Like I got a strong mind. So hopefully they know where I came from, especially Kiddo. Kiddo been with me for a minute, you know, this one right here. So after seeing me in that Comcast truck and calling him and telling him, damn, I'm living off overdrafts right now, and to come back and get the cars we talked about that I said I was gonna get, and then it just kept going up, I feel like that had to motivate him in some way. So I feel like that was good leadership by me, and yeah, Jake, keep doing that, you know? It's possible. When you look at me, you gotta say it's possible.
Real shit. And how important is fatherhood to you?
Real big. I always had my mom and my dad. My dad's still around right now. He probably mad because he ain't come to this interview. He just went back to Mississippi, but he probably would have stayed if I would have told him I got an interview, but he got to have surgery on his foot. He can't really be everywhere. He got to sit down. He think he one of us. He be at the club with us. I let him have a good time, but he got to sit down. So it's real big, though. Like, if you know, you know. Like, I ain't seen my daughter for like 2 years. So right now, I'm ripping and running. Drive 2 hours to Augusta, see her, 2 hours back home. So it's rough, but I don't know, they give me something to talk about, give me a story. Then I got a son, he's 6 months. And just making sure I stay out the way, stay safe, you know what I'm saying? So I can show him how to put that shit on and whatever. Follow my footsteps, because I think I'm a good leader, or someone he should follow for sure.
That's real shit. What's some of the advice you would give the youth that's tuned into this interview right now?
Try to minimize your mistakes early, because you don't get a second life, you get one life. So you don't want to be in and out of jail. You don't want to have a bad attitude. I had a bad attitude when I was growing up. I hate losing. Well, I don't really gamble, I don't really do nothing. If I don't know the outcome, or know my ability to do it, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't trying to take no losses I ain't gotta take, because enough of them come anyway. Have good manners. Have a strong head. Everything ain't gonna go your way, so we're gonna get greater later. You just gotta keep going. I know nobody wanna really hear that, but I gotta tell you that because I had to keep going. I almost gave up probably 50 times, you know what I'm saying? But I think them 3 things probably the main things.
Real shit. And what's some of the goals you got set for the rest of 2022?
Keep going crazy. Just put my artistry out there a little bit more. Keep making genuine connections, promo a little better. Keep hammering with videos and songs. Cause I used to get probably not even 50 views. Yeah. So wherever I'm at, I'm grateful. It was time I couldn't even record. So for my engineer to pull up and record me, or say Dugg come record at the studio for free, I gotta take advantage of that. Like I don't play with nothing that's a given, cause nobody really helped you out when they think you got it all. So anything that's given to me, I just make sure I'm you know what I'm saying, full head of speed.
Straight up. Any last words and shout-outs?
Nah, I ain't really got no last words. If I ain't give you enough words, then you don't need no more.
It was plenty game. Plenty game that was gay.
Yeah, but shout out to everybody that's rocking with me though, man. I appreciate it. And shout out the game, man. Fulfo.
Gang.
Bitches Dougie, don't worry about my government. Ran that check up and went